Hello, I believe I am live. Oh my gosh. Welcome in. I am so excited and quite frankly pretty giddy to even be going live with you. This is my very first live today, and I actually had no plans or intention or script to be coming live with you today, where I got the nudge to do so. I just came from a powerful, activating group with a mentor and some other women, and um, decided that I need to just come on here and genuinely share a little bit more about what I've got going on. And it's actually very exciting to be here. So, I actually thought at this time I would be hosting a private group, actually, with some other women, and things got rearranged. And so here I am live with you. And I think that is really the incredible thing about when you tap into expansion and growth, and when you're really on the trajectory of success, and success in a way that you are pursuing your dreams, you're pursuing what is, you know, is just true and deep in your heart, of something that you know that you are here to bring forth. And so with that, you get rearranged, and we get these nudges and these openings or opportunities, and it's up to us to take them. And that's what I've actually noticed with myself, with other women I've encountered, and certainly women that I work with, is there are things that we want, things that um, you know, we know inside of ourselves that we, desire to have. And we often shut that down, and we don't listen, or we don't recognize that's what it is. And right when there's something, a calling so big in your inside of you, and it will kind of keep showing up until and keep showing up, and sometimes it gets louder and louder. um, and if we don't take that, we miss opportunities. I know there's been plenty of missed opportunities that um, that I've had. And so I just decided today that, and this is something I practice a lot in my life now, and really the last couple of years, is when I get those nudges and those things that's trying to lead me in the direction that I'm literally wanting, I'm asking for, I'm saying that these are things that I want, really practicing doing those things. And a lot of times they can feel very big, very expansive, and it feels scary, right? And where it's really about trusting yourself and trusting in the path. And it certainly can take some, depending on where you're at in your journey, it can take, there's often some things to work through to be able to go to each new level. And so one of my other videos, I talked about intuition versus interference. And a lot of times we aren't able to hear our intuition, or those nudges from our soul calling, to do the next thing, because of all of the interference. And that interference comes in forms of, right, that story in our mind, that self-talk that tells us all the reasons why we shouldn't do it, the emotions and the things that can come up that can feel overwhelming in our body, or feel too big for our body to be able to hold. And so we let those things get in the way of what it is that we truly want, and really the direction that we're going in. And this is something that, as a therapist for the last 10 years, and as someone who has really been focused on her own personal development, her own inner work, and really going through really a kind of a spiritual reawakening. I'm very familiar with this process, and I've done a lot of work on myself to get up to this point where I am now. And this is part of the work that I do, or this is really the foundation of the work that I do with other driven women. And so I work with a lot of women who are on a mission, right? They are success driven. They often are even very heavily science driven, where they've reached a point where they know that there's more for them. And so they're really wanting to kind of integrate that part of them that, right, is their internal guidance, their intuition, their soul. There's so many terms that we can use. So, different terms resonate with each person, but um, they've they've realized that there's more than the logical path that they set out for themselves, and they're really ready to start weaving those together and knowing how to use some of the things that we've learned, right, from our education, from science, as a foundation, where we don't want to stop there, and we know that there is something deeper um, that is guiding us. And they're wanting to open that up. And that's why I'm so excited about This Radiant Woman. This is really a soul led business that I have been building, and that really I'm here bringing to you now on YouTube and in my private program, The Liberated Lifestyle. As well as I do offer private one on one sessions right now. And where I get to really bring this to life, not only for myself, but for the other women that really want to come into my space and in my presence, and they want to receive, and they want to really be lit up from the inside out, and uh, they know that they're ready to take those next steps, or they actually don't know that they're ready, but they know that something is nudging them to what's next in their life. And um, so there's just so much. I titled this video A Wealth of Wisdom, because that is really what I am here to bring. I have a lot of wisdom inside of me, and I'm at the point where I'm not able to, just use this for myself, right? Or even for my private clients, as I've, been offering really growth oriented therapy to women for, like I said, the last decade. And then this year, I expanded to really being able to offer that in a coaching and mentoring space. And it's really time that I'm able to share the wisdom that I have in um, in a bigger way. And uh, some of the things that I know that I'm able to bring, and I've had many women tell me this, is bringing in the presence and the perspective that often is missing. And so we, especially as science driven or very educated women, we have been over exercised in our logical brain, in our logical reasoning. And I'm so thankful and grateful for that. I love using that part of me, where we have been really kind of maybe been trying to shove the strategy and the tactics and all of the things of like what and how we're doing it. And we've been often missing the presence, the energy behind why we're doing the strategies, or why we're doing the things that we're doing. And this could be in your business, your health and wellness journey, your relationships, your marriage. For some of you who are moms and who are parenting, it really can be applied anywhere, but really remembering the why behind why we're doing any of these things, the purpose, right? The energy behind why we care about these things, why we even want to implement a strategy, whether that's in our business, right? Or a strategy we know, maybe I work with a lot of women on their health. So they're wanting to be more consistent in their wellness routines, really taking care of themselves rather than being burnout or depleted. They're really shifting into doing things in a different way. And um, in order for us to do that, especially for very driven women, and also really kind of spiritual women who have been kind of that hiding behind that logical part, that science, the part of them that really values science. Um, but we need that other part, right? And we really need both. And so we do want strategy. We do want frameworks and the tactics of how we're going to get somewhere. And that's where the really right the we need that part where we really need the purpose and the why behind it, because for a lot of women like myself and women who are like me, without that, we get lost in the process, right? We forget kind of why we're doing something, or like it all starts to feel dry, or it can be overwhelming, just that we're just like going through the motions. And right, there's more in that, right? The women I work with are very heart led. They are heart centered. They care about bettering humanity. They care about bettering their own lives and family and community. And there's a why behind that, right? There's purpose behind that. And so if we get really stuck in just what we're supposed to be doing, right? For us women, like all of the shoulds, that waters everything down, and really it loses the spark, right? And so that is really the foundation of what I am and have created within This Radiant Woman, and um, within the program that I'm offering now, the Liberated Lifestyle, is really how to um, you know, care about our dreams. We're still taking actions. We're doing the things that we want to do, but we're doing it with soul. We're doing it with the energy that is that drives our passion, rather than what we should be doing or what we think we others would want us to do, or just even what we've been taught, right, in a very kind of more that masculine way. And we've what it's doing is taking us out of our bodies, taking us further away from our intuition and our internal guidance. And so, what the journey that I've been on myself the last um, it comes in waves, but right in the last even 2 or 3 years, is braiding that back in. And so knowing how to work with both of them, because there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of teachings and information out there that are heavy on one or the other. More so we see within the strategy, and this is the path, this is what you need to do to get there, and it's missing the other part. But we certainly see in some more spiritual spaces that we're getting kind of the woo woo, we're getting some of that, but it's not grounded, right? And so what I'm really here to do is bring that together, and using my the wisdom that I have, the using my intuition, my I tend to have pretty unique perspectives, and really bringing that to you so you can get more precise on where it is that you're going and how you're getting there, right? And you can do that without burning out, without depleting yourself, or not getting the results that you want, right? And so it really is this the energy behind why we're doing anything, right? And so if I was really only caught up in what I should be doing, or making sure I'm saying exactly what I'm supposed to be saying, I wouldn't be here on this live with you, because I'm telling you, I had no intentions at all to be here live. today, especially this is the first time that I've put anything live here on this channel. And so, but it's not about that, right? It's about really taking the steps and knowing that this is where I'm headed. And I'm sure that I'm going to be able to look back on this and be able to celebrate myself and be able to reflect on all the growth and change that will happen for me as I will continue to put my work into the world and continue really showing up for what I feel so passionate about, and really the gifts that I know that I've been given that I'm here to share with other women, and specifically, very driven women who often are, right, who I kind of understand and know some of the struggles that they've had, but they're also here to bring something very valuable and important into the world. And the more that we unite and the more that we show up in our light, it allows other people to do the same. And then we can provide that support, we can provide that activation that we all need to be able to show up as ourselves, right? Because it is very easy to hide behind different facades or just do the easy thing that feels comfortable, right? And we, live in our modern day world that it's, not always accept, like it's rough out there. It's rough to have different opinions and to be standing in what you believe in when, somebody else has a different, opinion, or they have a different approach. And the truth is that we, we're all valuable and we all have something to offer. And the more that we're able to do the internal work to get out of our own way and to clear out that interference, more of what is actually true for us and what really is valuable, that can shine. And that's what truly, impacts other people and uplifts us as a whole to, live in a more liberated way and also align to what we're supposed to be doing. And so, yeah, I'm just so excited, and I am proud of myself for getting to this point, and really look forward to what I'm able to bring to the women that feel called to work with me, because I know just from all of the work that I've been able to do behind the scenes and in both my therapy practice and now in my mentoring space, I'm seeing women change their lives. I've seen women and make transformations across the board. And usually they come in and we're focused on one area. And it just is because of the nature of the work that I'm doing, it trickles into all the other areas of their life. So they start seeing, changes in all the places. And so I would love to connect with you further. I do have one-on-one sessions available right now. And I also have my offer, the Liberated Lifestyle, is on pre-order. And so that is really an experience to give you the tools and the foundation so that you can really liberate your own life. And it's a lot more than just like these are like fluffy terms or thinking about it that way. It's really about knowing the practices and having the tools to work through the things that get in our way, right? And so that's from, the self-dialogue, the stories, the narrative that keeps us kind of doing the same thing, as well as the emotional attunement, the clearing out that backlog that we need, and then really being able to work within our body. So we really learn how to self-regulate ourselves so we can do the expansive things. We can make the bold moves that is going to help us get to having the success that's really going to feel good. Not just the success on paper, but the success that's going to truly light us up, that we wake up and we want to do each day. And we want to really impact other people in a significant way, right? And it starts with being able to do that for yourself first. And so this program really offers um, really kind of at the core, the things that you're going to need that you can use over and over again at each level of expansion and each level of growth um, on your journey. And so, yeah, I am just so excited to introduce myself to you here live and bring you more really valuable content, as well as these unique offerings where you can step into my more private spaces and just really show up for yourself, right? And get to that next level of your own personal development, your own, right, even your spiritually, energetically, feminine embodiment, being able to get to that next level. So, thanks so much for joining me. And I look forward to bringing more little nuggets of goodness and really this wealth of wisdom that I know I have within me. And I look forward to sharing that more with you. So, I'll see you in the next one.